This is SuperFuturedirector, and I'm doing a tutorial on how to make helicopter animation or any other animation look real in your footage and in your movies. This is for EffectsLabPro members or users only. I'm sure other effects programs have the same effects. I'm not really sure, but anything that deals with animation, I'm going to show you how to do it and how to make it look real. No copyright intended, but I used footage special effects, as you can see here, as my like extra effects, which came with the helicopter animation, which I'll be showing you in this video how to make. So first, you take your footage with a filter on it, that, and make sure you put like a stop thing right here in one of these. Mark it where you want it, like that's how long you want the animation to be in your movie. So mark the beginning and the end of your footage, so you know when and where animation is going to start and stop. So first, you go to media, and I already got the helicopter in here, as you can see. So I'm just going to drag that onto the timeline, or on here. As you can see right now, it looks kind of fake. First, what I have to do is scale it down a bit because it's kind of too big. I want it to be in the horizon. Say right about here. So I'm going to go with 0.17. See that right there? So 0.17. The smaller it is, the more realistic it looks, surprisingly, because you can see less of the CGI-ish look of it when it's smaller, and plus it just looks more realistic. It wouldn't be that big when it's in the horizon, or so just make it about 0.17 or 0.16. I'm going to do 0.16, and there you have it. And preview render it real quick. See, we don't want it to just stay in one spot. We want it to be moving off camera. So we want it to be moving off camera, not just staying in one position, because if the thing's spinning, it's not going to stay in one spot. So what we do is first, this is what I did first, I drag this to the length of time of my animation to where I place my marker. Because I don't want it to be on this, right here, because it didn't really make sense. It's not the same spot it was on the previous scene. So keep it just on the two markers that you placed. So using animation, I'm going to not start at the beginning, but I'm going to start at the end of where I want it to stop, which is where I place my end marker. So what I want to do is drag it off camera like this. And the good thing about EffectsLabPro is that it animates it for you. So if I do that, see, it moves off camera for you without you having to do all the small little animations in between. So I preview render that, press play. It moves off camera now, as you can see. So now it looks somewhat better now that it's actually moving instead of staying in one spot, but it still doesn't look that real. Of course, using my camera, filming my computer, it looks a little different, but from my viewpoint here, it still looks kind of CGI. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do color correction, is what it's called. Using the effects tool on the toolbox, I'm going to go to grade object, and I'll start with the basic filter, which is literally called basic. So I'm going to drag the basic filter here. And as you can see, it's affecting the whole footage, and I already have a basic filter on there previously. So since I only want it on the helicopter, I'm going to put a mask. And I've never really been good with masks, but since I've been using them, it's really helped my footage. So drag that in the corner, then stretch it up just to where the helicopter is. I click invert shape on. So it's just focusing on the helicopter now. Okay, now that I have the filter added, I'm going to add some smoke. I'll first feather it a bit so it blends in. See, a 9-ish, I guess. Now I'm going to add smoke, which I'll get from media. This is another thing from the stock footage special effects. I would say mist would be good for like a cloud. So the only reason why I'm using it is because of a cloud. Makes it look like it's going through a cloud or past a cloud or whatever. Here it shows you a little what it looks like. So I'm going to drag that onto the timeline. And let's see where it's going to be right there. So I don't want it down on the ground, I want it in the sky. So I'm going to go to animation. And drag it up to where I want it to be. Sometimes I have to drag this down too. And right about there. There you go. Now we have a nice cloud. But we don't want it down here over the tree or anything else, and it doesn't really blend in if you just look at it by itself. Not sure if you can really tell by this camera on my laptop. Here, let me zoom in. See that line right there kind of makes it look unrealistic. So I'm going to add another mask. And you don't really have to move the mask since the camera's not moving. And that's another good thing, a tip. If you're ever masking, the easiest thing to do is have your camera on a tripod. That way you don't have to keep moving and animating the mask and everywhere and stuff. So I'm going to make that, drag it up a bit more. Past the tree. Okay. And don't be afraid to go crazy with it because you want it to look natural. So have a bunch of curves and stuff. It's just for the lower half, nowhere else. And smooth points, animate, feather, about 9. And see what it looks like. There you go, it looks a little bit better. Let's see. I made the feather a little bit higher, about 17. Just to make sure you really can't see it. Here's the final footage with the thing added. There you can see. Smoke helps blend it in with the footage. So does the filter. And there you have it. There's the animation of a helicopter going by. And the actor reacting to the helicopter going by. And that's what you can do with just a simple amount of smoke and a filter. And footage special effects. Thanks for watching.